What I want to do here is look at how to get rid of this dovetail on the back of a bowl. When I turned this bowl, I left this little nub here, and it has the center mark of where I first spun the bowl. So it's already got an indentation that will fit my tailstock. So what I'm going to do is do something I've seen other turners do, and they take a piece of foam or other spongy material and they place it over their chuck, then place the bowl over the chuck, and this provides a cushioned center to provide enough friction to turn the bowl. Okay, so I'm going to pull up my tail piece, and then adjust the pressure, and I just want to have enough friction so that this turns smoothly. Now this is the first time I've done this, so I'm going to be real careful. If you try this at home, you also need to be very careful. All I want to do is get in here and get rid of the sharp edge from the dovetail. The little centerpiece I'll take off with a chisel. So I'm going to turn my lathe down to minimum. To 100 RPMs. Let's see here. I want to make sure that this is not overly tight, because I don't want to crack the bowl, but I want to have enough friction so that it can't push itself off there. So here we go. And that's 100 RPMs, and that looks fairly square. We'll start increasing the RPMs here. That's 320. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop for a second and get my tool wrist up here. Okay, I want to be able to get my tool wrist in here, and I'm going to try to cut this out with a half-inch round nose scraper and see how it does. And if I want to square it up, I'll get a skew in there. But it seems to be spinning quite true. Okay, so I'm going to get my face shield on. I changed my camera angle so you can get a better look at the dovetail. My lathe is set for 320 RPMs, so we'll give that a spin. Looks pretty good. And I'm going to just start very slowly with a half-inch round nose scraper. And if you can do this with or feel more comfortable with the gouge, then you can do that also. But I'm always more confident with the scraper. Well, that went pretty good. As you can see, that's gone now. And I'm going to go ahead and sand that by hand. And I'm going to go and we'll take off that little nub there with the chisel. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my tail piece. Tailstock, remove my guard so I don't bruise up my but you can see that the edge is gone, and that's what I was trying to do. Get away from leaving that sharp edge down here. I can sand this a little bit by hand, and let me see if I can take this little nub off with a chisel. So at this point I'm very concerned about damaging my bowl, so I've got a tote bag here that's full of rags to give it a little cushion. To me it looks like the grain runs across this way, so I still have my my foam in here, foam plastic in there, and I'm going to go ahead and just take my chisel with one hand and my mallet in the other, and there you go. That went pretty good. So I'll go ahead and sand that a little bit. Oh, I could have done it that way too. That probably would have worked too. So I have it down here on my little mat there, and I can use a chisel carefully and get rid of those. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and sand that by hand, give it a coat of sanding sealer and some varnish, and we'll see what it looks like. I'm sanding it with a little bit of 220 grit sandpaper. I guess the important thing here is that when you turn your bowl, you leave that little nub there at the center. The smaller you make it, the easier you can chisel it off. But you do need to make it large enough and heavy enough so that it supports your work. Okay. So I've lightly sanded the bottom of this, and I went ahead and put my name, what the bowl was made from, and the month and the year. And I'm going to apply just a small amount of polyurethane gloss to match the rest of it. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. And I think that looks better than having that sharp edge of that dovetail exposed there. I'll apply several coats, let it dry, and finish up this whole base. Well, if you enjoyed the video, click on like, and don't forget to subscribe.